Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Comic John here with my top 10 films of 2021. It's like everyone's doing it, so I might as well. Coming in at number 10, Black Widow. Love Scarlett Johansson and everything she does, but the two standouts for me in this movie were easily Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova and David Harbour's Alexei Shostakov. Just give me more of those two, please. Coming in at number 9, a movie I had no intention of watching, no interest in watching until I heard a couple reviews. I am not a fan of musicals at all. In fact, they kind of annoy me. But Tik-tik Boom with Andrew Garfield, everyone's new favorite friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, is just awesome. I mean, I don't care if you're a musical fan or not. This movie's just great. Coming in at number 8, a movie I knew I'd love, Free Guy. It was fun from start to finish, and the Captain America shield and Luke Skywalker lightsaber part at the end just had the audience I saw the movie with standing and applauding. Free Guy is great. Coming in at number 7, The Power of the Dog. I love this movie for two reasons. Number one, I felt like I was in the same space for the entire run of the film. I was engaged throughout the entire film, and that to me is of vast importance. The verisimilitude. It felt like every second of this movie was in the same world. I never felt like I was watching a movie. And number 2, Benedict Cumberbatch has just slowly crept out of my top 10 and into my top 5 favorite actors working today. He's just amazing. Power of the Dog at number 7. Coming in at number 6, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This movie almost annoyed me by how perfect it was. And I love it because of how many times you can rewatch it. I've probably watched it 10 to 20 times now that it's on Disney+. Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. It's just awesome. I can't wait to see what else he does in the MCU. Number 5, the non-stop fun of James Gunn continues with The Suicide Squad. Again, a movie from the first second to the last. I was entertained. I did not want this movie to end. John Cena, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, I'm forgetting Polka Dot Man, David Dastmalchian. That might not be his first name. But anyway, everyone in this movie was so good. It was so funny. The action was awesome. And again, the verisimilitude. I felt like I was watching I was in the same world every minute of the movie. It never felt like I was watching a movie. It was just a blast. The Suicide Squad. Coming in at number 4, a movie after my first watch I thought was slop. I thought was lazy. And I think it was just because I was so overwhelmed by what was happening in front of my eyes. Spider-Man No Way Home. I've watched it every day for the last week, and it gets better and better and better and better every time I see it. My theater experience was a little weird. I'm going to get into that on an episode later on. I've got my buddy Agnew coming in to help me give his opinion and contrast it with mine, because there were a lot of issues I had in my first viewing, but ever since my first viewing, my second, third, fourth, fifth, it's easily the best Spider-Man movie ever. And the trilogy, the home trilogy with Tom Holland, it's just beautiful. And I'll be watching it for the rest of my life. I can't wait to see what happens next. Spider-Man Home in at number 4. In at number 3, a movie that I swear could have, or maybe should have been, 24 episode television show, because they made you fall in love with 10 characters, 10 brand new characters in 2.5 hours. That's right, the Eternals. Marvel's Eternals comes in for me at number 3. Chloe Zhao, the director, another master of verisimilitude. I just was so consumed and engrossed in this movie, I just didn't want it to end. So there's Eternals at number 3. And in my top 2, here we go. A movie that I heard, it's adapted from a book, and it's been remade a couple times, like another movie, an earlier movie, and a TV show. Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaac, Timothée Chalamet, destroy it. This movie, another one, 2.5 hour movie. Did not want it to end. Cannot wait for part 2. And coming in at number 1, I struggled with this for so long just because I've just been a lifelong fan of this IP. But what Zack Snyder did with his version of Justice League, it is nothing short of the ever overused term epic. It is just perfect. Every character got time to shine. The fact that he broke it up into 6 parts, the crazy, weird, long epilogue that that finishes it, where it kind of like leads into part 2 that we're obviously never going to get. But Zack Snyder's Justice League, I can't tell you how many times I've watched this 4-hour movie, and it could have been 8 hours, and I would rewatch it as many times. Everybody in it is great. Affleck, Momoa, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, the guy who plays Cyborg. Cyborg's story was so good. I'm drawing a blank on who plays Cyborg. I'm sorry. And my favorite character in the whole movie, whose movie coming up, I cannot wait, The Flash by Ezra Miller. It was just fantastic. When Flash runs so fast back towards that explosion to reverse time and put everything back together, it was just like, I just get goosebumps. I even get like a lump in my throat about to cry when Flash saves Iris from that car crash. The music, the slow motion, how he grabs the hot dog out of the air and puts it in his pocket for the dog, to give to the dog later. It's just beautiful. I rarely say that about music with the special effects and the score. It all just came together so perfectly in this movie, and I'm so upset that we're not going to see it finish. But there it is, guys. Top 10 2021 films. Just to run it down again: number 10, Black Widow; 9, Tick-Tick Boom; 8, Free Guy; 7, Power of the Dog; 6, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings; 5, Suicide Squad; 4, Spider-Man No Way Home; 3, Eternals; number 2, Dune; and number 1, Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't tell your grandparents. I'll see you next week. I gotta go.